Simon Jack there. Well, let's talk to Jonathan Josephs, who's one of our business reporters. Jonathan, it's been quite a weekend. Tell us about reaction to all of this so far.
Sally, absolutely quite a weekend. Very succinct way to put it. But this has seen a lot of reaction. I think the governor of the Bank of France has put it quite well as well, saying in the last hour or so that we should expect a lot of volatility in terms of the way bank shares trade this week around the world over the next few days, because investors are still trying to digest what this all means and understand the details of the deal. Because, of course, it was put together in such a rush over the weekend, trying to get it done before Asian markets opened Sunday night European time, obviously Monday morning there in Asia. And that was to try and quell the concerns that investors have. So as those details get picked over, we'll have a better sense of what it all means. We've already seen Asian shares falling. If we look at some of the big bank shares, HSBC in Hong Kong down around 7%, Standard Chartered similar falls of about 7%. Those are some of the big banks, and that reflects concerns that are surround these AT1 bonds, which is a way for banks to raise money, for people to invest money with those banks. And they were seen as some of the safer options because these were designed in the aftermath of the previous financial crisis of 2008. As a way for investors to put their money into banks, but knowing that in the worst case scenario, they would end up with some shares in the bank. They might lose their money, but they would at least have some shares in the bank. But this deal that's been negotiated by the Swiss authorities between UBS and Credit Suisse has seen those wiped out. And we've also heard from UBS saying that the wealth management arm of Credit Suisse is what it wants to keep. It's the investment banking where all the risks are that it's looking to wind down.
OK, Jonathan, we'll leave it there, but I know you're going to be across this throughout today. The financial markets in Europe open in 10 minutes. We'll speak to you shortly after that to find out how the day begins here across Europe. But in the meantime, to try and ease fears, central banks made a move globally to keep credit flowing after this unsettling period that we've seen, starting in the US with Silicon Valley Bank, and of course the most recent rescue is Credit Suisse. So 6 central banks, including the Bank of England, the US Federal Reserve, are announcing they'll boost the flow of US dollars through the global financial system, and this will be in place till the end of April. Justin Urquhart-Stewart, who's founder of the investment platform Regionally, explained why central banks are doing this now.
This is a fascinating development because it really reflects what's happening with technology. Because actually now depositors can withdraw money so quickly out of banks, almost immediately, on the mere threat of anything occurring. Therefore, central banks have got together and organised a mechanism for a sort of global access to US dollars.